Today, Rinpoche explained that in order to achieve complete Buddhahood, one has to remove not only afflictive obstructions, but the obstructions to omniscience, which are the imprints of the negativities.
Oh, yeah, that turning out to Lauren Zira. That Lauren Jebachungu Laundry, Jebashibi Law, Sunje, Jebachungu Laundry, Jonathan Lende. Then the drink along Habason, Jebashibi Law, Shajuk sent on Shindu Lasova. Then there, Sonja to what to see, but
Bless. So welcome everyone. Once again, Chenrezig Tibetan Buddhist Center. Today we're looking at Lama Tsongkhapa's great treatise on the stage of the path to enlightenment in the third volume specifically. And we're going to start on, let's see, page 198, right around the bottom, just after Chandrakirti's quote. So right in that vicinity is where Rinpoche is going to begin. But if you were to divide all of Lord Buddha's teachings into categories, if you were to take all of the Kangjur, the pronouncements of Lord Buddha, and the Tenjur, the authentic Indian commentaries, and condense them and summarize them, you could put them into three specific categories that are called the teachings for beings of three capacities. The first category of teachings are for people who wish to achieve a higher realm rebirth. These are called the teachings shared in common with beings of small capacity. These practices are going for refuge to the three jewels of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and engaging in ethical behavior that abandons the 10 non-virtuous activities. In dependence upon these activities and practices, one is able to achieve higher realm rebirth. The next category of teachings are the teachings shared in common with beings of medium capacity. These practices are for people who wish to achieve nirvana, or an individual liberation. So, by engaging in the three highest higher trainings of ethics, concentration, and wisdom, this practitioner is able to achieve that goal of an individual nirvana, but not complete Buddhahood. And the last category of teachings are called the teachings for beings of great capacity, and these teachings and practices are for beings who wish to achieve complete Buddhahood. So this type of practitioner engages in the aforementioned practices and so forth, and then couples them with the mind that aspires to enlightenment, bodhicitta, and then from that generation of bodhicitta engages in the practice of the six perfections. And in dependence upon those things, he or she will become a Buddha. So this is how we divide all of Lord Buddha's teachings into three categories, in the teachings for beings of three capacities. Diso. That's good. 640. That's good. That's good. Kabir,
yeah.
647. Chenmo. That's.
Jimmy, Rocky, Mo to Tabu Jobate, Yudan, Shena, then the Rocky, Yuban, Maila, Meba, Maino. Tata Yim, Uejan, Nebabu, Naji, Jabapon Bishir, Jabapon Shaishir, Drutane, Gudu, Yodo, She, Jobashawo, She, Raji Deyan, Ragingu, Jubakane, Tanya to Yabasonso. Kete, Nebabu, Jabapon Bishito, Drutane, Temba, Somba Yubi, Mejido Nyana, Tene, Riba Maite, Gubaji Shedo, Tana Sombane, Chujena Jayimbe, Tadajan, Mebanjuro, Konto, Jambi, Konto Jambatara, Twenty Mena, Sanshu, Temedo, Tayu, Nabajune, Drushin, Jundele Jan, Rajin, Lubenji, Sheji, Bambaji, Dos, Maziji, Jean, Tun de Kelendo Juba, Nube, Rajin, Dene, Nigala Juba, Nidon, Nabar Jago, She, Sombishero, she son be sher jen to na oma be lo la chowa toba masiba de gute nyangal de ba toba ne nyangal nyande de ngoson to sheba yin la nyangal de ba nyande de ya gobi demba she jin de ya to da bi demba son be shetan to da demba to da bi demba me be sher nyande to be che nyande to be che ne to da ba gobi demba ngoson to sha gobi reba to ju bi reba beba to me druso te dan na mi la so be duji da na ra ge ngo ju be rangé to ma ru la chuni ji rangé to jaba te ya ma ru be rangé quand to ya ma ru ba dan bi demba ne chuni la rangé to jaba ter to jan rangé ter joji chuma mai ba dan je la ya te ba ne ra ge ngo ju be rangé ter chose jan me be tanye do ju ba chu ta mo chuma ne nga me sa do ju she ba dan je la te ba ne ju je la te ba wo ju je la te ba wo zo na ra ge ngo ni ga de ya ma ru be chuni la rangé de she be rangé de ta yu she do la gong be na sa xue jang de me do me jo wa song xin chu na la ra ge ngo tu be rangé de me de ba da lo bur do rangé ke la ba ni me ge wa she de yun de le chema la ga ji ngo bu chong se jang me de jin lo bur do chema ma yin ba da yin la te ba me bi shi ra jin ya de ba che ne pen sun ge wa de bi ge yu de je ba shi go je ba sha de che ji den ju gong ba ane ma ri ba shi de nde gong ba ne ke te mi la so ba na ji ra ge ngo ten ne de wa yu she ba su ju zong a sha wa kan yin ba denyi de na je raji yin na ne raji de shinji lo do chobe jam tobe shar tsamba sheba tema ba jona kage shar ni raji mai te shar te tai shar tsamba sheba tena cheba joro te ha daki yundu ji deba la tune chuma mai ba da je la te ba ni do jodo kaji sheba ju da sha mai ba tini ne raji ba reba tangji tuen daba ngobo mayim shi ngobo meba mayi de ne raji chi shiwa ni himbi shiro she sun so kale yun
Ni yimbichiro she sung so.
Yeah.
Okay. The lich chu kergere.
Yeah.
Tanda lich chiran the gangisin and the sambachir and kago. Okay, so let me just see where the end point is in English. Just bear with me 1 second. All right, it seems pretty straightforward. Okay, so Rinpoche started actually a little bit before, so I'm going to read the quote from Chandrakirti first. He actually read that as well. For Chandrakirti's clear word says, the final nature is the unfabricated fundamental entity which is ineluctably present in the fire in the past, present, and future. It is not the latter occurrence of something that was not there before. It does not depend on causes and conditions like the heat of water or here or there, or long or short. Does fire have such a nature? It neither essentially has it nor essentially lacks it. Nevertheless, to avoid frightening listeners, I reify it and say it exists conventionally. Thus, Chandrakirti refutes the view that this nature exists essentially. He says that it exists conventionally. Objection. He does not assert that it exists, for he says that he reifies it in order to avoid frightening listeners. That is... I was worried Rinpoche. That's what I was worried about. He keeps coughing. Sorry. I wanted to make sure that Rinpoche has water. He thought I wanted water, so thanks. Thus, Chandrakirti refutes the view that this nature exists essentially. He says that it exists conventionally. So here is the saying that although all items, and in this case fire, conventionally exist, they neither essentially exist conventionally or ultimately. They are nearly dependent origination. So, objection. He does not assert that it exists, for he says that he reifies it in order to avoid frightening listeners. Reply. That is not reasonable. He also spoke of other phenomena, having imputed them for that same reason. So if the final nature does not exist, those other phenomena also would not exist. As cited earlier, Chandrakirti proves that the final nature exists, making the argument that if it did not exist, then it would absurdly follow that pure conduct is senseless. Also, Chandrakirti's explanation of the Middle Way commentary says, not only does the master Nagarjuna assert this nature, others also can be made to accept it. Then he posits the nature as established for both parties to debate. If it were otherwise, then you would have to hold that in Madhyamaka it is impossible to attain freedom. This is because, one, Chandrakirti says that to attain nirvana means to perceive nirvana, and he says that nirvana is considered a true cessation, and that true cessations are ultimate truths, and ultimate truths would not exist. In his commentary on the 60 stanzas of reasoning, Chandrakirti takes pains to prove that when you attain nirvana, you must perceive the ultimate truth of cessation. So both emptiness and cessation fall into the category of ultimate truth. If someone is in a debate to say, posit that which is ultimate truth, the answer is emptiness and cessation. Accordingly, compound phenomena such as eyes are not natures in the sense of being essentially existent, nor are they natures when reality is posited as the final nature. They are neither sort of nature. Ultimate truths are natures when reality is posited as the final nature, but what establishes them as such natures is that they are non-fabricated and do not depend upon something else. They do not at all exist as natures in the sense of being essentially existent. Thus, they exist merely conventional. Fabricated means produced, in the sense of a new occurrence of something that did not exist before. To depend upon something else means to depend on causes and conditions. Since forms and so forth are neither type of nature, when you speak of cultivating the path in order to view the final nature, nature has the sense of reality. Therefore, Chandrakirti says that pure conduct is not senseless, Moreover, he explains that his utter lack of an assertion that phenomena have a nature in the sense of essential existence does not contradict his incidental assertion of a final nature. Chandrakirti's explanation of the Middle Way commentary says, Objection. Alas, utterly wrong. You do not assert real things at all, but also incidentally assert a nature that is non-fabricated and does not depend upon something else. You are saying things that are blatantly contradictory. The rebuttal. In saying this, you miss the point of the fundamental treatise, Nagarjuna's root wisdom text. This is what it means. If eyes and such dependent arisings that are evident to ordinary childish beings were their own nature, then pure conduct would be senseless, because even inaccurate consciousnesses could know that nature, because they are not their own nature. Pure conduct for the sake of viewing that nature does not have a purpose. Further, I say that this nature, as compared to conventional truths, is non-fabricated and is not dependent upon something else. Only something that ordinary childish beings do not see is suitable to be the nature. Therefore, the ultimate is neither a thing nor a non-thing. By nature, it is simply peace. Only 1 second. Peace here thing. I think that's where we are. Okay, Geshe Rinpoche.
Der ngobu yemen hani nizu ma yu ko zu sheba tar rang ngu yu ba na yemen yino. Tata chu na la rang ngu chu bi rang jin tu chu ba du zang yang me ba ten la po bi rang jin ji tong ba ni ne zu su ji chu da che ji she bi tin do che chu so yu bi lu ji yu na Tenika yoba mengeshin nina de malu be toni de tan deba tabawa joro kagi se ranjin meba tubi tawa teni kumbi de ngoson du tubi ngo ne ranjin yeme do ranjin do na yu chuna tanji dobe Chuni de ngonson de shebe chujin zusu memi be tetabi chuni dan chujini luji ngona mebe teni chuni dan chujin du juba ne tanyebe lojigi ngone jaguso tedana tenda bi denba ne rangu trube truba tanje shi che tindo Rangi Meji do Tenayu Trunagi Truba Tanji Jang Nabar Luba Zang Jube Zanglan Jube Te Kelan Jang Rangi Ngu Jube Rangi Kelan Kanagu Sisele Jang Ngu Maribi Rari Tu mibane mazibi tsuji dani kangi papa maribi rari na trawa naji yudun jute ngu teni tedaki ranjin to nabar jago shedan ngobu naji ranjin to chewa meba teyang chenyang Mayimba ni je ngobu meba zang yinbe ngoni mebi shir ngobi ranjin to yoba mayino she son so kanda tambi denba gaja da ni la sobe treba number cheba zang la menjuba hose la soba tar yin lo tobi lo la trebi na tu na yu do rangwa do tubi tuji chawa dang tada yubi ngeba ne sami tubi tawa yinba dojin senjen naji kan la dani so shenbi je nagi chunda na rajin meba tuba ne yang tabi tayu kosan doba ne Teba chechung Teba Chechung Soro Tangele Shuru to Chuba Yinde. Sentient Tanji Koa Chi Tawa Dadun Zeba Du Gubane De La De Dadu Zon Yu Jede Rangin Meba Tobe Te Maduba Te Dan Dremeji Chu Jenshi Demba Yoba Tobe Dadun Zeba Duba Debi Shiro Dene Pena Shashuna Dreamer Jindo Yoba Zone Tade Dung Hewa Choba Dungen Duba La Shashuzo Na Dru Chungzi Chang Marubu Nyanzo Zon Yu Drunzi to Maduki Nonshuki Shindun Yodo Nyanzo Zonshi Tang Te Drunzi Je Dungen Duba Juro She Sawa Tang Cheba Meba Cheba Chiang Meba Nango Tata Na Da Leban Deba Da Ki Tendrawa Te Jang Rin To Pone Kuyu Chinji Kowa Chinji Guba Tangji Ji Tsawa Mari Banzin Tang Sun Jinbi Tap Ngabi Dunji Sonro Tang Ti Dunjin To Marun Yu Ngaba Tin Tsuba Shebi Jibi Tsu Jachi Sawa Somba Papa Lodu Yaseji Jungla Tene Sebi Jatso Parudo Roa Jeshi Gajala Lotu Goba Dadane Omi Tawa Nyebi Kusa Chuba La Shinto Nechewa Yimbe Trude Sheba Yino. Yeah, what about the Galiji, you know?
Yapudu. Dene Gangin Sene, the NGK, Leu Sarpa Gutso Gudu Sumba.
Yeah.
Then Jutsu Gatsure. The debt's more than the true than Lanja. That the NGK lo, then they chiran the Sumba Rang Sindetsuku. Okay. Here, thing and non-thing refer to essential existence and utter non-existence, as explained above in the section on dualism. Now, when you as an ordinary being determine that phenomena lack even a particle of essential or intrinsic nature, you find that emptiness of intrinsic nature, is an attribute of the phenomena, such as form, that serve as its substrata. Thus, it is not mind. Since you have not stopped dualistic appearance, the emptiness is a nominal rather than actual ultimate truth. By accustoming yourself to that view, which knows the absence of intrinsic nature, you will know it by perceiving it. For such a consciousness, all mistaken appearances stop. Mistaken appearance here means the appearance of intrinsic existence where there is no intrinsic existence. Therefore, since the consciousness directly perceiving that reality does not perceive substrata such as forms, neither that reality nor its substrata exist from the perspective of that mind. So emptiness and forms, etc., must be posited as reality and substrata from the perspective of some other mind, a conventional mind. As this is so, an ultimate truth is posited here in addition to the stilling of all elaborations of essential existence. There is also a sheer stoppage of all elaborations of mistaken appearances of intrinsic existence where there is none. Thus, while we assert a final nature, how could we be forced to accept an essentially existent nature? Chandrakirti's clear word says, driven by the impairment of ignorance, ordinary beings perceive a certain aspect in things. As noble beings who are free from the impairment of ignorance do not see that mistaken aspect, there is something else that serves as their object. Then that very entity is posited as the final nature of things. Lack of intrinsically existent production is not anything. Thus, since it is just a non-thing, has no essence. Therefore, it is not the intrinsic nature of things. Since Tibetans do not posit ultimate truth as the sheer elimination of the elaborations of the objects of negation, e.g. the two selves, Instead, they hold that as the object of a mind not mistakenly knows how things exist. The ultimate appears to exist under its own power. Just as things such as blue and yellow appear to an ordinary mind, ascertaining that it does not exist in the way is the view that knows the profound. In that way is the view that knows the profound. They also claim that it is a misstep with regard to the correct view to regard external and internal phenomena, the bases with regard to which living beings cling to themselves, as lacking intrinsic existence. These assertions stand outside the sphere of all the scriptures, Hinayana and Mahayana. They accept that it is necessary to stop the conception of self, the root that binds all living beings in cyclic existence. They then assert that you do not stop the conception of self by realizing that there is no intrinsic existence in the substrata it apprehends as a self. Rather, you stop it by knowing it as truly exists. You stop it. Hold on. They accept that it is necessary to stop the conception of self, the root that binds all living beings in cyclic existence. They then assert that you do not stop the conception of self by realizing that there is no intrinsic existence in the substrata it apprehends as a self. Rather, you stop it by knowing as truly existent some other unrelated phenomena. This is no different from the following scenario. Suppose that there is no snake in the east, but someone thinks that there is and is terrified. You say that to the distressed person. You cannot stop your idea that there is a snake by thinking, in the east there is no snake at all. Rather, you should think there is a tree in the west. That will stop your idea that there is a snake and will end your distress. Hence, you who wish the good for yourself should stay far away from such wrong views. You should work on the method for eradicating the way that ignorance apprehends things, this ignorance being the root of all that binds you and degrades you in cyclic existence. Regarding this method, the texts of the father, the noble Nagarjuna, and his spiritual son, Aryadeva, clearly set forth vast collections of arguments that build deep and certain knowledge of the definitive scriptures and how it is that the meaning of these scriptures cannot be otherwise interpreted. Relying on these texts by Nagarjuna and Aryadeva, cross to the other side of the ocean of existence, of cyclic existence. To avoid missteps in reaching the Madhyamika view, it is most crucial to refute wrong ideas about the object of negation. For that reason, I have given an extended explanation. That's more than a suchile.
Sumbaralo Jigaja Mozwala Sono Son, Mojigaja Mozwata, De Gaja Jela, Je Maju Sudan, Gaja La Tanji Chaba, Je Maju Shebao, Tombone, She Gaja La, Gaja Lanji, Gaja Dan, Rebi, Gaja Ni Yudo, Rebi Gaja Ni Yudo, Tombone. Ne utale nyomu ba driba dan shi driba ni do ten driba tanje de teze nan jowa njoro she son ba tar nyomu ba shi driba ni so de ne sheja la ye bi gaja yin de gaja ne zondule yana kaji Trubai, Pemelan, Pemeji, Pemenyam, Lunzin Jungwa, Trubai, Gojin Tatayin, Shebi, Randile, Yana, Chebu Kachi, Trubi, Peme, Rajinji, Tomba, Ila, Deba Meto, Nyato, Luban Zebanjoro, Tisher. Te loban zeba te decha cheba la tejin shebe nye tuji truba shi trula te loban zeba te dobra shedo rangin to ngayi tsi tomba truba tabu ngo ni tanje la rangin me ba tomba trebi peme tan rawa dala rangin yoban zeba kanyi ba te dobra shedo she somba tar shinji logi zemba Shenji Login Zeba Gaja Sombatan, Te Zon Yu, Ranjin Yubala, Gaja Zeba, Ni Yudo, Wenjang Gaja Yi, Zu Ne, Shema Yide, Yujen Shenji Lu Duba Te, Zon Yu, Toma, Ga Gubiso, Deyang, Tendi Ji, Kanza Tang, Chu Ji Tindo, Rangi Nguyo Drubi, Ranjin Yueba, Guba, Tabu, Na Yino, Gajan Dene, Shejala, Mebashi, Gude, Yena Gaba Menu Bishiro, Teta Yina, Yueban Zimbi, Jundu Cheyu, Ga Gula, Guba, Tuyu, Bomba Chumba, Tabu, Meiji, Meba, Shebi, Shecheba Te, Meba China, Yobanzibi, Chuna Duba Yino, Tejin to Rebe Duban, Samuji, Nyoguchewa Tar, Hame Chisatu, Duba Meiji, Chu Tata Yimba, Mosheba Shebi, Moshecheba Yino, Tundu Le Chang, Meba Yang, Meba Ne, Goban Duba, Joshi Ba, Tennessee Teme Che, Ngo Sheba, Sheji Mi, She Sonshi, Ti Reba Le Chang, Chuji Tijang Meba Yang Te, Tuba Yang, Mebi, Goba Yu Tuna, Techi, Ngobu Tanji La, Ranjin Meba Yino, She Mebi, Chuji Tide, Jishi She, Meba, Kanyeba Tela Sheba Shate, Ngobu Tanji, Ranjin Meba Woshi, Shayu, Tide, Ngobu Nala, Ranjin Meba, Nito Sheba, Maiji, Wenja Ranjin Meba La, Ngobu Na, Ranjin Meba Woshi, Goa Sheba Yino, Pena, Gajina, Lejin China, Menjin to Lejin, China Yudo She, Sawatan, Meba La Kachi, Medo Sawatan, Tawate, Tachi Meba, Mejiji, Lejin China, Mesiba Tumba, Bajido, Sedo, Tejin to Ngobu Tanji Jirajin, Medo She, Shayu, Chidayang, Ngobu Na Rajin, Menido, Rajin Meba Nido, Sheba Maiji, Weja Ngobu Tanji, Rajin Meba Jumi, Chebutara, Chebuyang, Tabi, Ngonita, Jawa Nala, Mobishir, Sheba Chu, Maribi, Moba Nachi, Rajin Na Jeba Nido, Rutaba Nala, Rajin Yuba Maimba, Rajin Yuba Maimba, Goa Sheba Yimbe, Tela Rajin Yuba Maina, Meba, Matuba, Rajin Yuba Maimba, Radu Druba Ina, Rajin Medo She Shayu, Chide, Meba, Kanyeba Ti Riba Maino, She Sewa Sumba Tar Sheba Shao, Tishir Yuena Gu Menu La, Mena Ga Magube, Gadu Tan Trewa Yimbe, Gadu Ji Riba Juba, Mabu Sheba Ne, Tanye Tu, Cizang La Njamba, Deba Ne Riba Tan, Lanji Gajan Deba La, Tunshi Mashawa Jindo, Gendu Yi Paju Mawa Yinte, Ne Ragin Yuena, ga menu badang mena ga maguba jusendo nene parubo gadu jeba sheba go jindo gaja gadu menyeba debi shedan jusen koba dejan ne parubo gaja gadu jan goban deba la gaba sha marite yena ga menu la mena ga mugubi shiro what college you know.
All right. Chapter 17, the actual object to be negated. How our system identifies the object of negation. This has 3 parts. The actual identification of the object to be negated. 2, when to add qualifications to other objects of negation. And 3, whether to add the qualification ultimate to the object of negation. The actual identification of the object to be negated. In general, with regard to objects of negation, there are objects negated by the path and objects negated by reason. As the first of these, Maitreya's separation of middle from extremes says, there are teachings on afflictive obstructions and on cognitive obscuration. We hold that all obscurations are among these, and when they are gone, you are free. Thus, there are afflictive obstructions and cognitive obscurations. Those objects of negation do occur among objects of knowledge. For if they did not exist, then all embodied beings would escape cyclic existence without exertion. As for the objects negated by reason, Nagarjuna's refutation of his objection says, someone thinks that an emanated woman is a woman. Another emanation stops this wrong conception. This is like that. In this commentary on refuting of objections, he says, a woman emanated by some being is empty of the nature of being a woman, but someone else wrongly thinks this is ultimately a woman. Therefore, due to this wrong conception, attachment arises. The Tathagata or Shravaka of the Tathagata emanates another emanation and thereby stops the person's wrong conception. Similarly, my words, which are empty like an emanation, stop any apprehension that anything exists intrinsically. All things, like the emanated woman, are empty and do not intrinsically exist. Thus, he speaks of misconceptions as objects of negation, and he also treats the intrinsic nature that they apprehend as an object of negation, making 2 kinds of objects to be negated. However, the primary object of negation is the latter. For if in order to stop an inaccurate consciousness, you must first refute the object which your consciousness apprehends. For instance, dependent arising refutes the essential or intrinsic existence of persons and phenomena. The latter object of negation cannot be among the objects of knowledge because, if it did exist, then it could not be refuted. Still, there are mistaken superimpositions that are apprehended as existing, so you must refute it. Thus, refutation is not like destroying a pot with a hammer. Rather, it is a matter of developing a certain knowledge that recognizes the non-existent as non-existent. When you develop a certain knowledge that it does not exist, the mistaken consciousness that apprehends it as existing will stop. Similarly, using reason to establish something is not a matter of newly establishing something that did not exist before, like a seed producing a seedling. Rather, it is the development of certain knowledge that recognizes all phenomena as it is. Nagarjuna's refutation of objections says, what use is it to establish the negation of what does not exist anyway, even without words? To answer that, the words does not exist cause understanding. They do not eliminate. Let me just see something here. In his commentary on that, Nagarjuna says, Quam, if you are establishing the negation of something that does not exist even without words, without saying anything, then what is the use of words? All things lack intrinsic nature. The words, all things lack intrinsic nature, do not cause things to lack intrinsic nature, but in the absence of intrinsic nature, they do make it understood that things lack intrinsic nature. For example, even though Devadatta is not in the house, someone says Devadatta is in the house. Someone else, in the order to show that Devadatta is not there, says Devadatta is not there. Those words do not cause Devadatta to not be there, but merely indicate that Devadatta is not in the house. Similarly, the words things lack intrinsic nature do not cause things to lack intrinsic nature. All things lack intrinsic nature, like creatures in a magical illusion. However, childish beings are confused about the absence of real essence in all things, so we make them understand that there is no intrinsic nature in things that they confuse by ignorance, reify as having intrinsic nature. Therefore, what you have said, that if there is no intrinsic nature, what use are the words? There is no intrinsic existence, inasmuch as things would be established as without intrinsic nature, even without any words, without saying anything. It is not reasonable. He should understand that, thus, in accordance with this very clear statement. Let me just see, I think I'm just about there. 653. Not yet. In accordance with the clear statement. Some hold that to conduct the extensive rational analysis required for refutations and proofs is to meander among mere conventional words, for all phenomena are devoid of refutation and proof. In that, if something exists, it cannot be refuted, and if it does not exist, it need not be refuted. This is a nonsensical collection of contradictions, showing neither general awareness of how reason establishes and negates things, nor general awareness of how the path establishes and negates things. For if you claim that refutation and proof should not be done, while you yourself are refuting your opponent's use of analysis that involves refutation and proof, citing as your reason, if something exists, it cannot be refuted, and if it does not exist, it need not be refuted. Furthermore, you stated reason is not appropriate refutation of an opponent who holds that it is necessary to conduct refutation and proof because according to you, if something exists, it cannot be refuted, and if it does not exist, it need not be refuted. Moa Trivadan Lenja, Chiran Saligar.
Gaja la ripi gaja the launch gaja nisu dwa. Launch gaja sana nyomo ba the shiji diba to launch gaja is.
That's good, that's good.
Nyomo ba the shiji diba to launch gaja. Tolong kolang to ga go ro. Ta ripi gaja sana deba tuba la suba meba to le ripi gajas. Ripi gaja in the maybe chap. Launch gaja in the yebi chas.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
The ripi gacha show.
Ripi gaja show sana deba tuba la suba meba to le. Meba in the ripi gaja in chap. Launch gaja in the yebi chap.
Okay, let's go. Just want to check something real quick. Okay. So when we look at the different categories of objects of negation, there are two different categories that can be shown. Objects negated by path and objects negated by reason, or objects of abandonment of path and objects of abandonment of reason. So if we look at the first category, objects of abandonment of path, we have the two categories of obstructions and their imprints. So the afflictive obstructions and then the obstructions to omniscience. Here they're calling them something else. We just want to see what in this lexicon they're using. I think cognitive obstruction, something like this. I think that's what they're saying, cognitive obstruction. But anyway, so what we usually generally use is obstructions to omniscience, because that just basically describes exactly what they are. They are the imprints of the afflictive obstructions. So, and the afflictive obstructions are what a Hinayana foe destroyer abandons in order to be in nirvana, but he or she still has the imprints of those, and that's why omniscience isn't present. So the second category of abandonment relies on awareness or on analysis. And reasoning, abandonment by reason. So here, this refers to the abandonments of the thought that things are truly established, the thought that things are not existent. So the reversal of this misconception of that things are truly established is the abandonment through analysis. So these are the two objects negated by reason and objects negated by path. So path refers to the abandonment of the afflictive obstructions and obstructions to omniscience, and the objects negated by reason refers to the objects of grasping at true established, the objects that are not the belief of non-existence. True dan lenja the lo.
Yeah.
Garik salno. Ripidampa be leson. Chan de true dan lenja de chan salno gari be.
Yeah. That's loga.
That's lo. Yabudu.
Reba tambe ngoba na shinji logi trubi toba dubi shere yinla rebe duba na shinji malu be ngaba nje be shere tao yinbe shinji logi lona doba dan shinji logi lona doba lodu la sobe rebe soje jezo ndane gadu shinji maluba ngebe loje ba shawo tata reba naje goba ne shinji logi zindan shon gone shinji malubi ngaba jebe shire yina lo jenda wa shiki zindan ji yu rebe shenji ba yin shina shire gaja zibi toba la taye ba shi yue jang nianjun tangji ji zawa jebe shinji logi toba ganyin ba te lebar mozun ne di shen yu shenji ba sha te lu na nianjun tangji doba nju shiro te yang necha la soba yen ji nyebo somba ne shuri nyebo yin la maribi nyebo somba ne tadaki nyebo nju mariba ne nianjun tangji ji yin te chise le sanji na ji ndui de la soba deni tenba naba go jine na ji shungor jachi kanji dene yang gadu de yang tadrabanjoro tene doja sei shir sombe ne shedang seba manjula shedang seba sombe doja jang ne seba manju shir ngaje so seba shayi shir somba te jang zema yin manjung ti shir dene che mayin ba somba tada tunchi mi temu seba shir somba te tangji ne nyomo ba malwe ba nyong nyomo tada temu la yang taba ten ba jawa na ji song she so wana tamu de chendawa shi yin hana shena gi chuna ragi chenyi troban zembe rajin dundu lu ne de mari bate jejabe debale naba sheba ngabi ragi no laba dundu ba shebe nyoma ba thaje jime shebe onage ngabo thaje la chaba da densin kwa jubi sabendo choba naba thaje do ane gaba le kwa duba naba jako she tembi sher sheba sebi saben na she de yuna di shuylo yula damen gun zona ne sebi saben gaba juro jege shebi chuji yuna jinji meba ton yu chabi juduba sheba sebi saben to choba thaji duba le nyetu dan ran sanje dan meji chu la zoba tobi shanju senba na la kwa duba naba jage she sonzo teni denzin sheba wa mi ide le la luwa jejin to tomo ko la ne je de shin mo thaji jan tomo chombi chomba joro shebe jejabe ndebale temo de nabar jeta to naba dambar to wale mo ba ni je sher mo ba dambar je ba ra ge ngo laba do ba ro do jogo sheso tata mai na kuyu tawa ina ne joba da chese do jita kuyu tawa sheba metete tu juni mebe sheru shena mariba dan jita yi jetu leme jenji jeba ne jebun dingi gozu she simbe ndere leme dawa tabe jeba yinde uma wa jene shidi du jebe ngabo daban zeba ne mariba jela deya nyomo jeje mariba jede ngasheba tar jejabi debale nyomo jendo jejabi debale nyomo jendo shejin jondele jan de sejen na chetar nebi ngobo tawala moba shebe na temo de mariba ngobo rangi ngoma imba drundoba sheba rangin thwala dibi dani chen ne kudubo shedan data sebi yola yonso deba nyomo jenje maribe onage kunduji demba naba jago she tende yola junyi je tambo shebe na nyomo yinji shidi meno wana shi jeba kanla shashe na tene te wudu tema juros ta tene me nyondi shidi to le de
Leso.
nyondi sena ta nyomo
Leso.
ane lo she to ga nyondi re
Leso.
shidi sena nyomo go bacha de shidi logre
Leso.
shidi bona sanje imcha
Leso.
nyondi bona teme da jombala yo ares
Leso.
what to le dinzer.
So this section that we're reading is going over the abandonment of those two things just mentioned, the afflictive obstructions and the obstructions to omniscience. And the afflictive obstructions are the afflictions. So an example of an afflictive obstruction would be a mistaken view or a wrong view. So these things are eradicated through the process of understanding the correct view, and through the eradication of those, one is able to achieve the nirvana state, but the Hinayana nirvana. But they still have the imprints left over from those afflictive obstructions, and those are what we call the obstructions to omniscience, and those obstructions to omniscience are what the Buddha has removed, and that's what allows he or she to know all and to have no barriers to understanding conventional and ultimate simultaneously without any kind of obstruction. So let me just see where Rinpoche just read to exactly, and I'll be right back. I need some kind of music that plays, like an elevator. Where did I leave off? I left off at... Yeah, okay, that's where I thought. So then we go there. And then we go to 656. Ignorance, Dayan, Yenla, Juni. Dabi, Yenla, Juni, Dabi. There it is. Okay. Fantastic. We carry out refutations with excellent reasoning so as to stop inaccurate and mistaken conceptions. Proof by reasoning is a technique for developing accurate and certain knowledge. Therefore, those who wish to stop the various inaccurate awarenesses and to develop the various accurate awarenesses should pursue the collections of arguments by authors such as Nagarjuna and should develop minds that have accurate and certain knowledge of refutation and proof. Question: if you, as you say, refutation by means of reasoning is done in order to develop accurate and certain knowledge by eradicating inaccurate cognitive processes, then reason will cancel out an object as it is apprehended by a certain kind of mind. What is that mind? Reply: in general, there are a limitless number of conceptual consciousnesses that apprehend the object of negation. However, you should carefully identify the incorrect conceptual consciousness that is the root of all faults and defects, and you should eradicate its referent object. For if that is stopped, then all faults and defects will be stopped. Moreover, the remedies set forth in Sutra for other afflictions, such as attachment, cure a portion of the afflictions, whereas the remedies set forth for ignorance cure all afflictions. Therefore, ignorance is the basis of all faults and defects. Chandrakirti's clear word says, the teachings of the Buddhas, the sets of sutras and so forth, are based on the two truths. In 9 types, they rightly proclaim the vast remedies which correspond to worldly behavior. Among these, those said to eliminate attachment do not extinguish hostility. Those said to eliminate hostility do not extinguish attachment. And those said to extinguish pride and so forth do not overcome other defilements. Therefore, they are not broadly effective, and those scriptures are not of great significance. Those said to extinguish delusion overcome all afflictions. The conquerors have said that all afflictions are based upon delusion. So each of the various afflictions and negativities, such as anger and attachment, have their own specific antidotes that you can apply in meditation. But those antidotes only work to clear away that one specific negativity, whereas wisdom that recognizes the lack of true establishment is able to clear away all of those sorts of negativity, because at the root of anger and at the root of attachment, you find this ignorance that grasps. What is the delusion like? It is ignorance, which in this context is an awareness that mistakenly superimposes intrinsic nature. It apprehends internal and external phenomenon as existing by way of their own intrinsic character. Chandrakirti's commentary on the 400 stanzas says, it is said that one becomes attached to things by the power of an afflictive misunderstanding. a consciousness that superimposes an essence of things, and that one stops cyclic existence by totally stopping that which serves as the seed for the process of cyclic existence. In order to indicate this, the 400 says, the seed of worldly existence is a consciousness. Objects are its sphere of activity. When you see the objects lack self, you negate the seed of worldly existence. Hence, Aryadeva holds that by seeing objects as lacking intrinsic nature, you totally stop the seed of cyclic existence, the consciousness that causes attachment. This stops cyclic existence by Shravakas, Pratyeka Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas who have attained forbearance with regard to the teaching of non-production. This is also called the conception of true existence, for Aryadeva's 400 says, just as the tactile sensory faculty pervades the body, delusion lies within all the afflictions. Therefore, by destroying delusion, you will destroy all afflictions. Commenting on this verse, Chandrakirti's commentary on the 400 stanzas says, because of confusion brought on by the thought that things truly exist as they appear, delusion acts to superimpose upon things as essence of true existence. Quam, if as you say, ignorance is the root of cyclic existence, then it would be incorrect for Chandrakirti to explain in the commentary on the middle way and in the clear words that the view of the perishing aggregates as I and mine is the root of cyclic existence, for there cannot be two primary causes of cyclic existence. Reply, in the section on the person of medium capacity, I've already explained that other masters say about how to assert ignorance in view of the perishing aggregates. Therefore, here I will explain the assertions of the master Chandrakirti. Other Madhyamakas consider the conception of things as truly existent to be a cognitive obscuration. He asserts that such a conception is ignorance, and what is more, he asserts that it is afflictive ignorance. For, as cited above, his commentary on the 400 stanzas explains that the conception of true existence is afflictive. Also, his explanation of the middle way commentary says, because this causes living beings to be confused in their view of the actual state of things, it is delusion. Ignorance mistakenly superimposes upon things as an essence that they do not have. It constituted so as to block perception of their nature. It is a concealer. Thus, the conventional truths are posited through the force of the afflictive ignorance which is included within the factors of cyclic existence. Thus, because he explains that it is in the first... Okay, that's it. So that's where Rinpoche read to. So we're going to end there and start question and answer. So anybody have questions? When is the fingerprint? Is it tomorrow? Okay. I just had a panic attack. It's not last week.
No.
Okay. I literally just was in the middle of reading, freaking out that I missed something.
Rinpoche.
I'm back. Hi.
Hi. My question is with regards to understanding meaning or meaningfulness. So when reflecting upon the meaningfulness of a person, for example,
just real quick, when you say meaningfulness, what can you describe what you mean exactly? Because
what the basis upon which we have compassion and love for someone.
Okay.
When we say that we love someone.
Okay.
We say that therefore that they are meaningful to us.
Okay. I understand.
They have meaningfulness.
Okay. Yes.
So what my question is that when we reflect upon this meaningfulness,
yes,
it seems that the nature of this meaningfulness is such that they have inherent meaningfulness, that it is not meaningfulness that comes from something else outside of them, that it is themselves that is meaningful, and it is they that we cherish, and they're they that we love.
But everyone would love them if they were meaningful.
Right. Well,
it requires us in that formula, so they aren't meaningful because it requires us to find them meaningful. If they were meaningful, then everyone would find them meaningful. Well, if they were inherently meaningful, then everyone would see it. It wouldn't require us alone to find them that way. But I get it. I know how to ask that question.
Maybe you could argue that the reason why some people do not find beings as meaningful is because of ignorance, not because of correct seeing, and that the Buddhas all believe or all perceive sentient beings as being inherently meaningful. So my question is how to understand and to regard this meaningfulness that we perceive, and how to recognize the appropriate way of understanding meaningfulness in the context of recognizing emptiness.
Rinpoche, the kondesedu the ngatsu the me mambo yure, then nga me kashe sheda gagudu. Nge tsampa de me kashe the stasha dang lori de kame kashe nge sheda gagudu. The me jenda nge sheda gagamare. And kongi tsampa the dunda the me dunda detsi yure gangin sena the sanje me tamshe ropache gu. The ngatsu trobo Rinpoche go. Ngatsu the dra ne parmason. Ngatsu the dra Rinpoche go gumare. The ne Rinpoche go gumare. The parme Rinpoche go. Then me kashe ngatsu the dunda chembo yure. Me kashe ngatsu drawa chembo. Then kongi tsampa den sunsang de me the tomba yomare gangin sena the jrawan the drupa yure. Gangin sena ngatsu tsampa kon sheda yapodu. Den sanje tsampa kon sheda yapodu. Den sunsang nangla sheda yapo yure. Sheda yapodu yure. Gutsu sun. Den kon tsampa the rawan de drupa yimbeche. Tomba ni ma yimbeche. Gangin sena the sanje dang ngatsu ni nicha the kon pentogu. The nangla the pentochin the dunda yure the dunda rawan the drupa then that's getche
rawan drupa yure
kongi tsampa
rawan drupa yure na tena pena ngasa ke truwa dazu sozon la tune drupa ruwa ma tu ba rawan do ma tu ba rawan do ba indu ma tu ba Matuba yoba numudu. What is on Tuna Trubare? Matuba yomarova. Matuba yosuna, Rangon Trubare. Matuba mena Rangon Marubares. What the less in Marba?
The ne the ngatsu kanga sanje rik. The sanje rik rawan de drupa gangin sena ngatsu kanga yure kongi tsampa dit salo dandu. The ngatsu nala the yapu yure. The ngatsu kanga yapu yuna. Den sunsang the yapu rawan de drupa gangin sena kanga yure. The yene the dentel. Rawan de drup rawan ma drute dentel yemiche. Le laudu. Yene the dechkit she ramche ngat chigamare. That's more.
Tuna Truba is a Rangon Marubares.
Less so.
Tuna Maruna Rangon Truyung.
Less.
What the Marabeta?
Okay, so when we look at what emptiness actually is and what the lack of intrinsic existence actually refers to, it refers to the mere fact that, and in the case that we're talking about, we use the subject. The subject, this meaningfulness, this essence. You can use a lot of different terms for it. We could even say this Buddha nature, because that we all have. Because the Buddha, I gave him the example that there is this could be this meaningfulness that intrinsically exists. This is what I was saying, that intrinsically exists because we have people in our lives that find meaning in us, and the Buddha finds meaning in us. So is this meaning that the Buddha finds in us, the meaning that the Buddha finds in all sentient beings, and all sentient beings have someone that finds meaning in them, is that meaningfulness intrinsically existent? So Rinpoche said that in order for it to be intrinsically existent, it would have to exist on its own without dependence upon any other causes and conditions or circumstances. It would have to exist exclusive of a collection of things coming together which make it so that it can be designated or named as something that is meaningful. Without that collection coming together, without your consciousness, or the person who's meaningful's consciousness, coming together in the way that it came together because of the various imprints and various actions that have caused those imprints from previous lives. So those seeds that are manifesting into experience are one part of this collection that's making this person meaningful. And then the aggregates, the other aggregates that are not consciousness, that are the form and feeling and perception and formation, those other aggregates that are coming together are serving as this collection that's now a basis. And then the other person that's projecting this idea, whether it be Buddha or whether it be yourself, projecting this meaningfulness or this loving nature, this goodness, or whatever we're going to call it, that you're finding within this person, it also requires the person saying that it is meaningful. Because without someone saying that it's meaningful, there isn't a label on it, and without the label of meaningful, then you merely have these parts. So it requires not only all of these parts that serve as an appropriate basis for designation to be there and to come together, but then it takes a name on it. So in this case, naming it as meaningful, and the feeling that comes with that comes into the collection, and everything that serves for that occurrence, serves for that experience, is dependent origination. So Rinpoche said that if there wasn't the need for all of these different parts coming together, if there wasn't the need for this interdependence, then we could say that there was inherent existence. We could say that it was truly established. But because it requires all of these things to dependently originate in order for it to occur, this meaningful nature, or if it's Buddha nature, I used an example, because of that it's empty. So and because it dependently originates, it does not have intrinsic existence. So.
Thank you. Could I ask one more question?
Sure.
Okay, so my other question is, my experience has been for many years now that I've been dealing with spirits that are making me experience negativity in my body and in my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask Rinpoche how I could deal with those experiences.
Rinpoche, the low mambo, con dendru spirit, the nutra yure, con dendru tondu, then con nugdu, then the lapcha yurebe, gangin sine con the dendru kanji. So what kind of spirits? What are they?
Well, I know that they pertain to it's hard to describe. So it's like kind of like Christian sometimes. Christian.
Is it a form? Is it? That's what he said. It's like how are they? How are these things?
It's like a spirit, like an energy, like a being, and it's like.
But where? You're like on your head? No,
Yeah, like
he wants to know like the whole detail. Like what do you mean when you say spirit? What are you talking about?
So basically, it's the experience is like. It's a spirit. It's like a being. Like it's near my head, in my head, near my
You're
head.
imagining that there's something, or you've seen it in front of your eyes.
Not with my eyes, physical eyes, but it's like in my mental eyes. I experience it being above me a little.
Okay, kongi the kon mig tomaso, dendru, yene kon sem the tonson, kongi sem the kongo toga. The hla yure dendru yure, then yene kong mi tomason, kong yicheba tonson. The gong mikpa dandrardu yene nyone yin tsampa, then kong nugudu tsampa, and then. He says that I wouldn't worry about it because your mind can come up with a lot of different things.
second paragraph on page 200 touches on, or maybe the third, like the second full paragraph. The final sentence of it touches on something that doesn't fully go into. It says, since you have stopped dualistic appearance, emptiness is nominal rather than actual ultimate truth. But if emptiness is a characteristic of literally every single phenomena that has existed, so since beginningless time, every single thing that has come into being has done so via dependent origination, and for the foreseeable future, everything that everything that has and will exist is bound in this dependent origination, is tied to all these causes and conditions, and every single thing in existence bears emptiness. Then wouldn't that mean by definition that emptiness had ultimate truth? The concept of emptiness had ultimate existence?
We actually went over that. The Rinpoche Tombani, the Kongi Chua, the Kon Sampa, the Chu Tamche Tombani, Den Sunsang Tombani, the Ronda Drupa Kon Sampa, Gangin Suna Chu Tamche Tombani, the Chu Tamche Tombani, Gangin Serna Tombani. Demba drupa yimbeche.
Tumbani demba drupa insan tajo maris. Tumbani tende res. Tende inza demba madu res. Tumbani tune drudu res. Tumbani de ko yesa ki chedul tudu res. Tune drupa inta ne rangon madu res.
Then the pudding tombani. Yene tombani puddingu. Pudding tombani puddingu. Dendel.
Pudding tombani?
Pudding tombani, pudding go, tombani go, Nietzsche.
Nietzsche tudu.
The Nietzsche, the.
Tuna
drupa. So emptiness itself is empty. The lack of true establishment is not truly established because of the fact that it is interdependent as well. In order for the microphone's emptiness to occur, there has to be a microphone. In order for an emptiness to occur, there has to be an empty of something. So emptiness itself is interdependent right there, so it isn't intrinsically existent. So you have the emptiness of emptiness, of emptiness, of emptiness, of emptiness, of emptiness, and it goes on and in ad infinitum because of the fact that you can't ever find anything that doesn't require a name or something to come into being.
So if there weren't this, totality of things that had come into existence that are relying on dependent origination, emptiness wouldn't just exist by itself.
Emptiness is just, it isn't like, emptiness just is what something is. Like, it's just as much as this bell is made out of metal, this bell is empty. You know what I mean? Emptiness isn't this final thing or this place. It's just how things are. Just like this is metal. This is metal because it was made from the things that we designate as metal, and it was, forged or whatever they did with this. So this is metal, but it's also empty. Why is it empty? Because someone had to make it, someone had to forge it, someone had to do all these different things and polish it to bring this dorje into being. So just like it's metal, it's empty. It's just describing it. It's just a description of things. It's describing how things are. It's defining them in a more subtle way. That's it.
But if that, like you brought up the thing being metal, so if that thing's metal, this isn't metal. So
right.
Therefore, this phenomenon of being metal is something that's transitory. It comes into being by
causes and conditions. This has different ones than that. So that's why you got that there, because it has different causes, and you have this there because it has different causes.
Yeah, but
this had a tree, and this had something else. I'm not really sure.
So basically,
there's a scientist somewhere.
You're saying like that bell is made of metal. It has the property made of metal. So that property made of metal is itself emptiness, and
is empty. The property made of metal is empty. Yes.
So then, is the property it has emptiness empty as well, even if it applies to everything?
I think it's better to say the property of the property of metal is empty, is not emptiness. It's just empty. Empty of what? Empty of being truly established. That word empty, you have to kind of add empty of what? Empty of being truly established. Empty of coming into being without a collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bad word, but it's just it's the one we're using.
Yeah.
But in Tibetan, it really is empty, but it means void. It means like it's not there. It's like it doesn't have this. In Tibetan, it's kind of like it doesn't have this. I don't know.
Thank you.
I guess I had a question about the page before that's a bit related and I guess my sort of understanding was that sort of conventional existence and dependent co-origination were coextensive. So if something was dependently co-originated, it existed conventionally, and vice versa. But I just
Correct.
It's saying that I guess I just don't quite understand what this with that ultimate truths are nature when reality is posited as the final nature. But what establishes them as such natures is that they're non-fabricated and do not depend upon something else. So presumably, does that mean not dependently co-originated?
I'd have to read it really. Where is it? It's at the bottom of 199.
199, kind of second paragraph.
I don't know if it's talking about permanent phenomena. Permanent phenomena don't have causes and conditions, but come into being through collection and naming. So I don't know if that's what we're talking about. I just need to, where it says objection and then reply.
No.
Above that. I'm sorry.
Right after the six
Fabricated means produced in the sense of a new occurrence of something.
The paragraph right before that.
Okay. Accordingly, compounded phenomena such as eyes are not natures in the sense of being essentially existent, nor are they natures when reality is posited as the final nature. So they are neither sort of nature. Ultimate truths are nature when reality is posited as the final nature, but what establishes them as natures is that they are not fabricated and do not depend on something else. Let me read it to Rinpoche really quickly. It's easier than... Rinpoche, the dondagare, titarna mila sopi, duje, didani, rangi ngoe, drupi rangshin dur, madrula.
Mila so to ka demba madru so da demba madru. O dandigan do tem go mu.
He said, I don't need the book, you just read it to me, I understand. Huh?
Tende imbejres. O de shid marba.
Hold on 1 sec. Just lost it accordingly. More the don't go. Let's go. 48. Chu ni rangjin gang zu ma dru dam da bi dem ba the chu ni la the chu ni la rangshin du shaba.
Did chillu did.
Why is this difficult? That's mumbled. The
Chunila Raji to Java.
Java.
Madrupe Raji to Madruba down. Turn about Dembane. Chunila Raji to Java to Trojan. Raji and Joji. Chuma Maibadan. Jela Tubane. Ragu to Raji. Jose John. Maybe Tanya to Trobatom. 주만은가 카메 사도 주비 시바다 지현라 두 주진라 두고
Then the Dundan Demba, the Dondagare, the Dundan Demba, the Ngo, the Dondagare.
도도 대바 고대 대바 마루바로 텐데 임베
Less so. The Kuna, the Dundak, the Kuna.
도도 대마르베
Huh.
도도 대바 대 뜨는 주디어로 그 주진라 뜨는 주디어로 주 대바 마루바 주라 뜨디어로 최 대바 마루바 출라 뜨디어로 뜨는 주바 인상 대바 마루바레스 어디시 말
Then the Dundan Demba.
야
Then Dundan Demba, Demba Madrupa.
도도 대바야 주진라 뜨디어레스 뜨디어도 대바 마루바
Dundan Demba, the Mitapa,
도도 대바 타바 인세
Tapayan. Then Chuchen, La Dene, Ale, Chuchen La Dene.
주진라 뜨는 주바 인상 대바 마루바레스
Ale.
뜨베시
Okay, so the meaning of this is that, without all of the words that sometimes make it more confusing, but the meaning of this is that ultimate truth itself is not truly established, because it does rely upon collections coming together. So, for instance, the pen's emptiness, the pen's lack of true establishment, requires both the pen and its lack of true establishment to be posited. So we have a dependent origination that, in order to establish pen's emptiness. So there's it's like the two sides of the coin. The conventional and the ultimate are two sides of a coin. So in order for the ultimate to be, there has to be the conventional. In order for the conventional to be, there has to be the ultimate. So in order for there to be an empty car, there has to be a conventional car that is empty, to be empty of. So the meaning of this, so going back to this, ultimate truths are nature when reality is posited as a final nature. But what established them as natures is that they are non-fabricated and do not depend on something else. That's saying, if they were not dependent on something else, they would have this nature, intrinsic nature. But ultimate truths do not have intrinsic nature. So it's basically refuting intrinsic existence of an ultimate truth, because an ultimate truth does require something else in order to be posited. Now, you could say that the subject, ultimate truth, is permanent, but it depends upon this collection coming together in order for it to be present, in order for ultimate truth to be posited. So that's what this is saying in kind of a difficult way. But yeah, that's the meaning of this. So it says they do not exist at all as natures in the sense of being essentially existent, because in order for them to exist, it's up here. It says ultimate truths are natures when reality is posited as a final nature. But what established them as such natures is that they are non-fabricated and do not depend upon something else. So in order for them to be established as an actual nature, they would have to be non-dependent, but they aren't non-dependent. So when we look at their nature, we can say that their nature is that they are not truly established, but we can say that their natures, if we're using nature in the sense of being essentially existent, what it says here, if we're using that word in terms of being essentially existent, then that's not what ultimate truth is. And in the Tibetan, it's ngol. Why it's more confusing in the Tibetan even is the word for nature that they're choosing to use in the Tibetan refers to like the lack of true establishment. So it's confusing because it sounds like a contradiction. So it's confusing in the Tibetan too. But that's all it's saying, is that ultimate truths are empty. Emptiness is empty, sort of thing.
Thank you.
An object's ultimate truth requires the object. Yeah, we're good.
kind of been going back and rereading kind of that 7-point cause and effect, and talk about that every being has been our mother throughout cyclic existence. And they talk about it as, every person has been your son, your brother, like every possible scenario, and this concept of beginningless time. And so if that's true, and you had talked about a couple of weeks ago about how once you've achieved Buddhahood, it's kind of a one-way street. There's no negative karmic imprints left, and you're not coming back into cyclic existence, that it's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then how come we're not all Buddhas? Because if it's beginningless time, there's no more time going forward than beginningless time. We've been through every possible scenario, and once we get to Buddhahood, we can't go back. So how is it possible that we're not all Buddhas at this point if we've already gone through every possible scenario? And again, kind of this concept of beginningless time means no more time is going to help if we've already been through all time that's ever existed beginninglessly. Like, how is there any more to be, any other opportunities or options to achieve Buddhahood other than all the options that have been exhausted?
So, Rinpoche, the Jewa Toma Mepa, the Judre Menga Dun, the Me Semchen Tamche Ngatsu Ama, then Ngatsu Papa, Ngatsu Chocho, Ngatsu Trobo, Ngatsu Ja Pamegewasum, the Mambo, Jewa Toma Mepa. Then, Gar Shene Ngatsu Sanje Yo Mare. Gangin sene ngatsu jewa toma mepa, ngatsu jewa sheda mambo jasar. Then ngatsu the hla kanga ngewa kanga. Then yida dan denju dan lama yin. Then ngatsu kamba chinso. Then gar shene ngatsu the sanje mayin. Dutsu sheda mambo. Dutsu mo gar shene pentogdu.
아주 어디 저와 도마면 받다 왔는데 아주 사지 많이 받은 녀모도 녀디리 시리 봉마도 봐인다 너 어디 사지 많이 받으랬어
Leso.
녀디 시리 봉도는 사지는
Leso. Then a garshene ngatsu jama son the me kashe jason. Then the gangisene toma mepa. Then konso garshene konso kakare. Ngatsu toma mepa dan konso toma mepa chipa.
되는데 아주 어디 녀디 봉마도 봐래 가시 봉도 봐래 어디 쳐버들었어.
And so the difference is that between, so I asked why everyone isn't enlightened, and then I said that we've all had the same amount since beginningless time. Why have some people become enlightened and not everyone? So I asked it a couple of different ways, and he answered it the same exact way over and over. He said that since beginningless time, we've had these rebirths. And yes, everyone has been our mother, our father, our sister, our brother, our friend, our enemy, neutral to us. Everyone, we've been gods, we've been demigods, we've been humans, we've been hell beings and hungry ghosts and animals, and every kind of animal there is to be. So we've experienced all of these things because of manifestations of our karma. But some beings have progressed further than others during that since beginningless time. So during this since beginningless time, some beings that have achieved enlightenment have removed the afflictive obstructions and have removed the obstructions to omniscience, and therefore they are enlightened. But we still have afflictive obstructions and obstructions to omniscience, therefore we aren't enlightened. But because we have Buddha potential, eventually we will become enlightened. But there isn't a day, or it isn't like, it could be as, I don't know how beginning, and we also learn the beginningless when they say that. When you really pinpoint it, it really just means like a really, really, really long time that can't be explained with another word. Because you have to have this moment was caused by a previous moment, caused by a previous moment, and you can't logically come up with anything other than that. So they leave it at that word beginningless.
I was wondering if that was part of the issue.
But there's no way logically And if you, as you know, look at it from a scientific perspective of cause and effect, and you know, you can't. This has to come from a previous of something, and you can't. When you say that, if you're saying that consciousness came from a previous consciousness, from this life to an intermediate to a previous life to an intermediate to a previous life, you can't logically stop that because there's no way to stop it. That's why the Buddhists said that the consciousness will continue, but it will evolve. And that evolution just has happened quicker for some than others. Why? Karma, they said, is more difficult. Dene garshene, the mekashe, the pakcha yomare, mekashe pakcha yure. Garshene, the chikshena, the kon doni dopi shera yure, the nga doni dopi shera yomare, the le kakare, yene garshene, ngatsu jewa tuma mepa chipa.
동반이 전화대 아버지 마두가 소서레스 동반이 도수나 뉴디 시디는 그래서
Less so.
더 마두가 소서지.
And it has to do with emptiness, and he's saying in the direct realization of reality and the relationships throughout those lives that we've had with that wisdom. That is the true key to getting rid of that root of cyclic existence. And the reason that just like it's beginningless, it's endless, but the continuum is endless, but the state of suffering is not endless because it's just cause and effect. There's nothing more than cause and effect. And if cause isn't there, the effect's not there, but the consciousness remains. So it remains eternally good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess it's like
he's answering very short.
Time,
yeah.
There's no more time than beginning. It's like going forward. How could there, what more could there be than beginningless time going back? Like, how many more time could help if you've had beginningless time? But it might be that.
Yeah, it could be tomorrow, literally. It could be like 3 weeks from now, or like it could be as much. I mean, but then you think, could it be as much time has already occurred? And how do you measure that if it's beginningless? Yeah. I understand that question, but it really is that you can't logically find beginning. So all you can do is use that word. It's called Jewa Tuma Mepa. And there is, without a start, basically, is what Tuma Mepa means, no start. Because you can't find logically start, because then you have to have some external thing making it. If you have a start without a cause. You know what I mean? That's concordant. Like it's been going about it this very, very way. Then all of a sudden it abruptly stops because something made it happen. There has to be a God, and Buddhism doesn't have a creator God, so. Any more questions? One question, and then we're going to end. I'm so glad that it's not happened. I knew I would have heard some wrath because it seemed really important.
What is referred to as primordial nature, awareness, naked awareness? It's a certain state. The Buddha has it.
Primordial awareness isn't. I've heard it. I don't know. I've used that word. I've heard that word used as something that we negate. This awareness that is this intrinsic awareness.
How about
but so if you could explain
nature?
I'm sorry.
Primordial nature.
That I think. What does primordial mean? I'm just pretty sure that when I've seen it, it's something that we negate. Like in.
Might be I don't know what that means. But
What is it? What does it mean? I guess it just what does it mean? What you're saying, like this naked awareness. What does it mean? What does that mean?
I'm just
Primordial means like the origin, right? Yeah, that we don't have that. Primordial ooze is what the Samkhya school believes, that there's some original something that turned into something that it wasn't. We don't have, that's original. So primordial awareness, we don't have that. Awareness. I don't know. That's why I asked to describe.
Are you referring to Rigpa?
Yeah.
What is that?
Rigpa. It's in the Dzogchen teachings. The mind of clear light.
Oh, okay. The Sem Usir. So what about it? The mind of clear light. I know what that is. So what about it?
Is that empty?
Is it empty? Yes. 100%. The Sem Usir. Tomba ni.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Is anything not empty?
No.
Okay.
I don't need to ask Rinpoche. If I'm wrong, you can run me over with the car 5 times. I'll stand there and say thank you. Well, if I'm wrong, there wouldn't be any. All right, are we good? We all happy? Just about enlightened? Just about done with all this bombastic jargon? Malarkey? I hope we get to hear malarkey a lot in the future. Okay. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drakpa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. With whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara, Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay until samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, spiritual friend who trains extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Suji Rinpoche Gutsi Shapi Denrana, Ngatsu Lamrim Chimo Kanga Chirana, Uma Juba Dang Sa Shira Kanga Chirana.